Good evening again, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you are. And thanks again for tuning in because this is really, really important. Again, we want to say thank you first and foremost for all those people who have been sending in requests and topics to discuss because they're really encouraging and important. I mean, these are really important matters that we need to start discussing. Maybe we've never had a platform to have these open discussions, but we are really thankful, first of all, to our sponsors for making these things happen, making them possible. You know, US Bank, thank you very much for the sponsorship through the Make It Happen contest. We thank Proleseco TC again for the support, and as well as Enjoying Cafe and Restaurant. You guys are amazing. We thank you because you've allowed for this to take place. And we're really thankful. We're going to continue bringing these ideas and these thoughts to people and have these discussions because they mean a lot to us in our community. And people need to start having this discussion. Speaking of discussion, excuse me, I'm kind of having a little fight here with the cold, but I'll try, as I have some of these guys out here trying to make me, go through with this and bring in these things. But one of the most important discussion that came to us, and a question pretty much is that if a guy is having so many kids with like so many girls, I mean, do they stop working because they're gonna start paying child care, or do they continue working and bringing all this money and giving away as in terms of child care? Pretty much, it seems like somebody is desperate. Maybe somebody's had so many kids, and they realize that they are working, and all their work money is going to pay for these kids. It is your kids. I mean, these are your kids. You made these kids when you were going around sleeping one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 women, and having all these kids. I don't know what you were thinking, but they're your kids. You need to take responsibility. You can't just say because I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna stop looking for work because if I work, all the money legally is required to go and pay for child support. They're your kids. It doesn't matter. You have to do it. It is your responsibility. You need to take that responsibility. I mean, like seriously, how crazy can somebody be? And we're not trying to. I'm not trying to tell somebody how to live their lives. We're free to live our lives the way we want to live our lives. I just don't know if I would really encourage you to tell somebody to live a life of like life like that. Having two, five, six, seven, eight kids with different women. I mean, that's just insane. Okay, for yourself, for your kids, and for the very women that you've been putting through that situations and their families, because you've ruined their lives and chances maybe of ever getting married to begin with, and you yourself, you are not in a position to support them and support their kids. You have ruined everybody's life. And at the same time, now that you've done that, you want to say, okay, I'm gonna take a step forward, and I am not going to be able to do this and to provide because all the money I'm working for is gonna go for child support. That is crazy. Thank you to whoever sent in that question and that suggestion that we have this discussion because I think it's really, really important, especially for young men to understand that if you're gonna have kids, you need to make sure you're taking care of them. That if you're gonna be having six, seven kids with six, seven different women, well, that is your responsibility. And if you have to work day and night and 24 hours a day to provide for those kids, then you need to do that. I am not telling you to say, because, some people would result to this going into illegal ways of trying to make that extra buck to be able to support themselves. Well, if you get caught, that is your problem because nobody set you up. You set yourself up to be into in that situation. And once you are in that situation, you need to figure a way out. And my dear friend, I don't know who you are, but I'm thinking the only way out is for you to work and provide for those kids and those families, or for some kind of miracle to happen. So, what I'm saying is this: if you think at this age, if you haven't started yet, great, good for you. Take your time, prepare yourself for life, find someone you love, and then spend time with them and have kids. I mean, you can have 10 kids, 20, I don't care. With one person, that's fine. You figure out a way. But if you start going one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 20 women, and each one of them have one, two, three, four kids, I mean, like, you're gonna have a miserable life for your whole life. You can't even plan anything. These kids are gonna grow up. Some of them will probably never see you again. I mean, do you see the kind of situation you're putting your kids into? You're setting them up for something bad. Unless you're crazy enough and not thinking about their future and the future of those people you're putting through that. I don't know what else you're thinking about. So, if you've not started yet, think twice about that. You can find somebody and then go ahead and have a relationship with that person, but do not start going around like an animal. I mean, like, really seriously, only in the jungle do animals have one, two, three, four, five. Even in the jungle, animals have to know, they know how to take care of their kids, they know how to take care of their offsprings, they provide for them, and they know how to stick with somebody, just one person. Don't be like, I don't know. I just don't know how to express this, but you understand where I'm coming with this. You need to be able to either know how to restrain yourself, to know how to be responsible enough to say, I am going to be responsible from this day on. And I'm going to do the responsible and the right thing. And then I'm going to spare everybody else trouble. Because you are not only creating the situation for you, it is a situation involving your parents. It involves the people that you're putting through this, all those women you're sleeping with. It involves the children that are being born and probably never see anything. They'll probably be on welfare for the rest of their lives until they grow up. I mean, it's like a horrible situation. Okay, if you're in that situation, try to figure out something. But I'm telling you, this quitting is not gonna help you. If you wanna quit, that's your problem. You should not quit. If you're gonna work 24 hours to provide for those kids, that is you. You have to do it because you put yourself in that situation. You need to take care of them. If you want to take shortcuts, that doesn't help you either. Because if you get caught selling drugs or something, and they throw you in jail, guess what? You've even created more miseries than ever before. So you need to figure out a way. You need to figure out a way, if you haven't started yet being crazy and going wild, to restrain yourself. Put a lock on that thing. You know what I'm saying? If you can't put a lock on it, well, you need to watch it closely because it may end up leading you into some hole that you never came out of. For the young women, the ladies, the sisters out there, I mean, seriously, watch yourselves, not just everybody who comes by and, like, come on. You need to respect yourself enough to know that, I am valuable to some extent. I mean, I have a value of something. You don't want to be everybody's football. When they go to the street and say, "Oh, that girl, oh my God, she's just a ball." You kick her here, you kick over there, you kick there, and then everything works. Come, you deserve more respect than that. Respect yourself enough to nobody is saying no to relationship. They're important, but you need to respect yourself to know what is your value, what do you bring to the table. Because if you let somebody, anybody coming by and then play you, then you're not helping yourself, you're not helping your kids, you're not helping your society, you're not helping your family, you're not helping anybody, you're not helping your community. We need to have that respect of the self enough to understand and to know that we are valued something. We need to look at our self-esteem. Work something out. Even if you've never had any father around, it doesn't mean you have to replicate the cycle. The cycle has to stop at some point. Somebody has to say, this might have happened to my parents. This might have been the situation, the case before. But I am a new person, a new generation. I'm gonna bring in something different, a new twist. I'm gonna be my own person, and I'm not gonna let the cycle continue into the family. That's why I'm always kind of critical of those statistics that says, oh, 90% of the chance, if your parents were divorced, you're gonna be divorced. Who says you will be divorced? Not really. That's not true. It's all in here, in the brain, in the mind. If you put yourself to something, you can do something. If you say enough is enough, this is the time I'm gonna change the cycle, you are going to change the cycle. But you need to tell yourself that. It's gotta click in your brain. You don't need to let anybody come and mess you because of sweet talks and all that stuff. No. Again, we're not advocating people not having a relationship. We're just saying you can have a relationship, but a respectful relationship. One that does not ruin your self-esteem or ruin your life for the good. Because once you are there, once you get caught within these situations, to move on in life becomes very, very hard. You find yourself in a situation where you can't pull yourself out of, and you be crying day in and day out every single day because you cannot improve your life. And then you find yourself where you kind of blaming people for everything that's happening for you. You need to get out of these things. You need to tell yourself, I'm gonna be better first. I'm gonna do this and this and this, and at some point when I'm done doing this, have a plan for yourself. Have a vision. Have a dream. I mean, dream for something. Dream something bigger, something better for you and for everything else, for everybody else in your life. Once you have a dream, you have a vision. You can sit down and say, okay, this is what I want to get. I want to be a nurse in the future. If that's what you want, for example, to get there, what do I need to do? I need to go to a nursing school, but I'm still in high school. I graduate, and I'm gonna try to figure out, my credits and stuff like that. You got to plan for these things. They don't come easily. You need to make sure that everybody is living a responsible life. Yeah, man, you need to understand that what your actions have consequences, and you need to make sure that what you're doing, you are not going around like an animal. And then if that's your case right now, maybe it was a mistake, you need to take responsibility, man. There is no other way out. That's just how it is. You need to make sure these kids are taken care of. You need to make sure you're doing it the right way. You need to make sure you're teaching them never to go through the same way you went through, and you need to show love to all of them in the same way. You need to respect yourself. I think I'm being timed here. I've just got a signal here that we're almost at the end, and that I have to mention something very important here. I want to kind of like mention that my second book is out. It's called Mysteries of the Night. You can buy it on eBay. You can buy it on Amazon.com. It's also on Westland Publishing, and it's a really cool book. It's got a lot of nice poems in it here. It's a very quick read, and I mean, you can really read and learn a lot of things here. Again, it's called Mysteries of the Night, and it is published by me. I spent a little bit of time working on this book here. It means a lot to me. So pick up your copy, check online. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in again. For those people who have been sending us requests and those people who have been suggesting topics, we appreciate you. You can always find us on African Messengers channel on YouTube, or go to www.theafricanmessenger.org. That is where we are. Leave us a comment if you have a suggestion about something that we need to do, or a topic we need to talk about. Please let us know, and we guarantee, we're sure you we're going to be taking these topics one at a time, and we will have this conversation together. Once again, from the African Messenger Studios, we say peace to you. Have a good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Thank you very